రేణుక ఇక్కడ సౌండ్ రావట్లేదు, చూద్దామని రా. సౌండ్ రావట్లేదు.
Hello, are you able to hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Are you able to hear me?
I was. This is Suresh.
Yeah, fine.
Yep, pretty clear.
Okay. So can you please mute somewhere else, because of we are getting some noise around you. So please keep it mute. So yesterday's class we have seen entity dimension properties only in the metadata concept. So now today we are going to discuss about account dimension and custom dimensions. What is the relationship between account and its association dimension as a custom dimensions? So we can see the properties of account dimension. So let us move on into the HF application here. Go to the client, metadata, and taking some test application. Stat CF. So just going to the account dimension, because this is a sample application that I am taking, but it is we need to create this information by using the requirements that we need to design these hierarchies. How many hierarchies that we require in the business purpose, we need to define based on the requirement. But this is a sample application that I have taken up for our practice purpose. Here the thing is, we are maintaining some different hierarchies. One is net profit, to know the financial position and net profit of the organization. This is nothing but we are calling them as income statement, and total assets and total liabilities. These two comes under balance sheet. So total assets equals to total liabilities. Both should be equal. Some other information, if you require any head counts or percentage of calculations that require, that we can create some other hierarchies. And this rates hierarchy that we are using to pass the exchange rates. I will explain what are the exchange rates that we have and everything. And likewise, we need to maintain the all information, whatever the information that required, we need to create different hierarchies for them. So first we need to define the hierarchy structure. Yesterday we have seen how to convert the vertical income statement to required format of HFM application. We need to keep the parent. Thereafter we need to give the derived members will be available at parent level. Only base members will be shown as the from trial balance data that we can show you. Then your trial balance data will be rolled up and gives the calculated values or derived values of the organization. Okay. So we need to first concentrate about the hierarchy structure, how you want to define and what are the members that require and what are the calculated members that you require to show the financial positions to the stakeholders. That information first you need to design. Late part you need to more concentrate on the dimension properties. So each member is having their own set of properties, how it is going to be used in the application. That is the most important point here. So first of all we need to know all these properties. First thing is need to concentrate on hierarchy structure, then need to keep more concentrate on the properties. So if you have any requirement, if you know the properties, then only you can tell that member is going to be used as per the requirement or not. Okay. So here the thing is, just I am going to explain the properties first. Label name and description. Label name in the sense this one is the label name, and description is according to the description you need to give. Because of in real time we will not have the naming convention of the accounts or entities else. There itself we can give like expense is there. You can give the expense 900 700, something like some coding we will give according to your code combinations in your source systems like EBS systems. Based on that you will maintain the same code combination in HFM also, but the users or anyone else doesn't know about the coding, so we need to give some description for that so that we can understand the what is the member it is exactly. So for that purpose you need to give the description part over there. Account type, this is the most important one, and we have to know all the properties, mean account types that we have to know about them. See here itself we have around total 10 account types. Okay, by using the 10 account types only we can tell the business what are the members they are. So coming to one by one properties, revenue and expense, these two types are there. So revenue and expense account types, why we are using, where we can use that one. So in income statement, while creating the income statement deals about only revenue and expense account types only. So say for example, if you can say sales, cost of goods sold, or purchases or something else, this one is cost of goods sold, this is gross profit. So in previous session we have discussed, like say if you can give the sales 1000 and if you can enter the data input as 500, gross profit automatically gets calculated. How it is going to be calculated? Without giving any information, whether it is addition or subtraction, without knowing about anything, how the gross profit will be calculated? Means we need to tag these numbers, these account members as revenue and account type, and this one as cost of goods sold account type. That means this member will be working as addition and this member will be working as subtraction, mean like plus and minus symbols. So and I am going to give my gross profit as a revenue account type again. So in this, in the back end, you are tagging the members as revenue, expense, or revenue, expense or revenue, whatever the account type that you need to give. Here itself you can see sales is revenue account type, other revenues are account type, sales discount is expense type, sales return is expense type. When you can see the total revenue, the data will be accumulated, sales returns, sales intercompany, other revenues will be added and deducted of the values of sales discounts and sales returns. Then you can have the total revenues. How you are calculating the total revenues means total sales minus total return and discounts. You can have the total revenues for this month. So to achieve this one, you need to give the account types in the back end, like sales is revenue account type and sales discount is the expense account type. So by giving like this, the members will be getting calculated in the back end and will give the values of gross profit over here. So sales is 1000 and cost of goods sold is 500, and you can able to see the values over there. Okay. So here another point is there. When I am giving the gross profit, I can able to see the amount as 500. Okay. If I can give my gross profit account type is expense, what would be the value of gross profit? Any idea? Guessing? It would be like minus 500. Because of you are saying your account type is expense, but that value is profit, revenue. That value is revenue. That's what minus of minus plus. So even your account type is saying as expense account type, and you are showing the value of minus 500. That means the gross profit value is revenue. So whenever you want to give the account types as different and the value is showing in a negative value, that means the value would be in a reverse signage. So we need to concentrate on, keep on mind these things also when we are working on that. Sometimes it will be happen. Say for example, here itself I am giving as usual gross profit as plus, and here my amount is 1200 cost of goods sold. What would be the value here? Sales minus cost of goods sold is 200. What would be the value here? Here minus 200. That means the value is expense. Okay. So likewise we need to keep in mind while doing the accounts tagging in income statement. Okay. So basically revenue and expense account types are basically using for your profit and loss account. Okay. Now moving to asset and liability. Asset and liability. Whenever you are doing the income statement, this is basically for income statement. This is basically we are using for balance sheet. So whenever you are tagging any balance sheet account types like land, buildings, and bank overdrafts or anything else that we are defining the asset and liabilities, mean like balance sheet accounts that you need to define asset and liability account type. Okay, for this purpose we are using. And another two account types that we have is flow and balance account types. What is the difference between asset and liabilities, revenue and expense, and flow and balance? What is the difference among these three? In a sense, so flow account types and balance account type, why we are using it? Sometimes these four account types will be supported to translate the data from one currency to another currency. Simply what I am saying is these four members will be supported to translate the values. Support to translate the values. Okay, here itself it supposed to translate the values from one currency to another currency. That means from one entity to another entity. But whereas if you can see here itself, flow account, flow or balance account types, these members are not supported to translate the values from one currency to another currency. So whenever you are tagging the values as revenue, expense or asset and liability, those accounts only supported to translate the values. If you can tag it as flow and balance account types, these accounts which are tagging as, which are assigned as flow and balance account types doesn't support to translate the values. Then where we can use these members? We can use these account types. Means flow account type, basically sometimes we are using for this one as for cash flow movements. So where the cash flow doesn't require to translate the values from one currency to another currency, at that moment we are using the flow account type. And balance account types we are using for a particular point in time. You want to represent any data values, then we can use it. Like head count, ratios or any other calculations that we are using the balance account type. Basically we are using for head count. And apart from these features, we have to know some additional feature as a calendar intelligence. For calendar intelligence, we'll see what it is exactly. Jan, Feb, March and quarter one. Say I am here taking as sales value, and here I am taking as some land value, and here I am taking some cash flow movement, means operating flow, and here itself I am taking head count. Okay, and let us see the account types. This is asset, this is a revenue account type, and this is asset account type. This is some flow account type. This is balance account type. Okay, so I am saying here itself a view dimension, that is the most important one again. And view dimension here I am taking as periodic and year to date mode. Okay, so here the values, the input values that I am giving as year to date values, I can able to load the data as 150, 200 and 250. So your quarter value also would be 250. So when I can see the data, when I can select the intersection, the point of intersection periodic, that means when you want to see the data periodically in HFM application, the calendar intelligence will be available for your revenue and expense account types. Say for example, here you can see the data for periodic 150, 50 and 50. That means I can say my sales about February is 50 and March would be 50. That I can say because of you are saying you are loading year to date values. That means your periodical information, if you want to see independently, you can see the data February year to date minus January year to date. That means current year to date values minus prior period, prior YTD values. Then you can see the periodical values for that period. In the same way that we can see the values 250 minus 200, that you can able to see the periodical values of the March, that you can say sales for this month. I mean, that's what whenever you are finalizing, you are creating the financial statements, that you can say for the period of. But when you go for the balance sheet as on date, the value would be, what is the value for the asset? Say here, coming to here, the same intersection, same values that I am going to take up. What is the value of periodic for asset, for land? Is there any periodical changes that will happen to the assets? That will not happen, because of you can't say my land in periodical in February would be 50, my land in periodic in period March would be 50. That we can't say, because of land, buildings, assets, liabilities, everything will be always year to date values or periodical values, both are same. Because of we can say what is the value as of now that we can say for periodically. Say here itself 150, 200 and 250. There is no periodical changes because of land and buildings. These are the asset and liability account types. Always will be same for periodic as well as year to date values for the nature of the accounting terminology. Okay, so that we need to concentrate, that we need to keep in mind these things also according to the calendar intelligence. So this is revenue and expense type accounts. You can able to see the data as periodically, and asset and liabilities values, that values always be same for periodic or year to date values. Coming to the flow accounts, the major thing is these four accounts are supported. These four accounts are supported to do the translations and everything. But when you comes to the flow account, this account type supported, this account type doesn't support to do the translations, but the calendar intelligence will be working as your revenue and account type. Okay, but the thing is it doesn't support to the to do the translations, but periodical changes will be captured for flow account types. Whereas balance account types, when you can give the values like periodically or year to date, like say for example 125 in first period, 50 and 75, what would be the value at the last month? That value only will be keep in your quarter value. Say for example, this will be happen for your headcount. Say headcount in the sense how many employees that they are having in the organization. That information will be using by using this headcount information by tagging the balance account types. So whatever the users mean, like whatever the employees that I have in the month of March, that is only keep in my quarter values, right? It is not accumulated all the values. These are the total is not the correct value of quarter one. So whatever the employees that we have in third month, those are only will be become as quarter level employees. For that purpose, we are using the balance account type. So this is the basically these are the 6 account types that we are main concentrating on the account types. Okay.